What is up, guys? It's DoubleWinning, and today I'm bringing you episode 8 of How to Get Out of ELO Hell. This episode is titled Champion Pool. I've got this video fast-forwarded pretty fast in certain parts just to try and skim through as much as I can. This is a full gameplay that I'm trying to fit into about 5 minutes, so I'll slow it down a little bit for the actual fun gameplay parts, but most of it's just going to be sped through. This episode of ELO Hell, or rather, How to Get Out of ELO Hell, is titled Champion Pool. And the idea of this is that you should have, certain champions that you're exceptional with and that you've mastered to the point where you think that you can play that champion at a level better than the people at your ELO. I see a lot of people make the mistake, and I made this mistake too, of playing 40 different champions, having maybe like 3 to 5 games with 40 different champions and not get anything from it. And that's why a lot of people recommend mastering one champion and then just climbing as much ELO as you can. While that's an okay technique, I don't agree with it completely. I think you should learn about 5 to 10 champions and master them. You can start out one at a time, maybe pick champions that can go to multiple lanes if you really want to stick with just that champion. But it's really useful to have this large champion pool, but small enough that you've mastered it, but large enough that you can't really be counterpicked because you'll have a different champion to pick for that lane. Also, you can't be banned out. So my homework for you guys is to be able to confidently say that you can play better than everyone at your ELO 2 champions of each role. And you got to be honest with yourself for this, okay? So I'm going to go over champions that I think I can play better than my ELO, and then once you've taken that information, I want you to say what champions you're working on learning, okay? And that's where you'll see probably a larger list, okay? So, as you guys know, my main lane is top lane. But honestly, I only feel super confident with Darius and Rengar. I feel like I know their matchups well enough, and I feel like I do pretty well with them, consistently. So those are my 2. Champions I would say that I'm still learning: Vlad, Diana, Malphite, Jax, Olaf, Xin Zhao, Wukong. So there's a long list there of champions I'm still learning, and that's because I primarily play top lane. So then there's mid lane. I would say, honestly, the only person mid lane I'm confident in playing is Fizz. I could easily say, I know how to play Kassadin, I know how to play Kha'Zix, I know how to play Ryze. I do. No, and Ziggs and Vlad. I do know how to play these champions. But I'm being honest with myself, okay? That's what I think a lot of people who, say they're in ELO Hell, that's the problem, is that they're not honest with themselves. So this is my homework for you guys. I want you to post in the comments below 2 champions. And if there isn't 2 champions, that's fine. Just put 1 champion, or even if there's no champions. And then right under it, I want to hear what champions you're actually focusing on learning to get to that level of proficiency. So just go back mid lane. I know Fizz confidently, and then I'm working on Kassadin, Kha'Zix, Ziggs, Ryze, and Vlad. Maybe these champions I'm not learning actively, but they're champions that I know how to play them, and so it would be nice to improve as them. For jungle, Jarvan 4 is really the only jungler I'm confident as, and that's probably because I rarely jungle, and when I do, I usually grab him. And then I would say maybe Jax is someone I'm learning. I can play other junglers like Darius, basically just top lane bruisers that I throw into the jungle, but I'm not really that confident with them. For support, I can play Leona and Blitzcrank pretty well. I'm learning Lulu. Because, you always want to kind of separate. You want to have diverse champion pool. You want a super aggressive top lane, and you want a safe top lane. So, an example of that would be being able to play, Rengar and Vlad, Vlad isn't very aggressive in terms of, doing damage or, kill potential. Rengar is, so having those 2 different sides. Also, Vlad's AP, Rengar's AD, Having those diverse champion pool is really useful. So for support, I can play Leona and Blitzcrank, who are both initiating champions, but I'm also working on Lulu because she's a very defensive, protect the carry kind of champion. Then for AD carry, I can play Ezreal Graves pretty well, and I'm working on Tristana Kog'Maw. Ezreal's a super safe AD carry, while Graves is a bursty AD carry, so I think they work pretty well together. Tristana Kog'Maw, just working on those. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button down below. Again, I want you to comment below top, mid, jungle, support, AD carry, up to 2 champions that you think you've mastered, and then champions you're learning. And as always, guys, stay classy and keep winning. I really do hope you enjoyed this episode of How to Get Out of ELO Hell.